Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Jarvis S. Scott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today I have the honor and pleasure of being with Councilor Clinton Woods.
Yes, sir.
Of Birmingham City Council District 1. So Councilor Woods, thank you for coming in this afternoon.
Absolutely, man. Glad to have you in this evening.
Great. So this is a continuation of Know Your City Government series where I sit down with people from the mayor's side and the city council side and just have opportunity for them to sit and tell you all what they're working on and what current issues. So Councilor Woods, how's it been going?
It's been going pretty good, man. It's been a quick 6 months, and like I said, we've really hit the ground running. It's definitely a moving train, and so we just jumped in and really went after, started working on priorities, and so really went out and sought out residents and just wanted to hear from them, see what they really wanted to see so that we could come back here and really go about executing and getting those things done. So it's been really good so far.
All right, so for those who don't know what District 1 is located, can you tell us some of the neighborhoods, communities, how lines drew up?
Right, so District 1 is on the eastern side of town. If you're familiar with Center Point Parkway, we're all the way up to Center Point. We share a boundary with Trustful over to Highway 79, and if you're familiar with Jeff State and kind of area in between. So we got several neighborhoods, really 7 main neighborhoods that are District 1. And so, like I said, we've got a great group of residents, great group of neighborhood presidents, and so we got great platform to build on.
All right. So since you've been in office, what current news, progress report you want to make?
Well, like I said, it feels like time really flies when you're here. But one of the first things we were able to get done was really looked at. One of the things I heard from residents was that it was hard to participate in the local government process. And so what we were able to accomplish was this year we went to quarterly meetings at night.
Yeah, so, I noticed that.
Once per quarter we'll have a regular city council meeting at 5:30 p.m. Every 5th Tuesday is what it is this year. And so what that lets us do is, one, gather some data. And so like I said, a lot of residents told me that they would come if it was at night. But we want to see what that looks like, see it happen. And so we had a lot of different new faces come April 30th on the first one. We had at 5:30, and so that was really good. We had excellent engagement from the community and great ideas actually from our speakers, and so that was really good to see. The next one's coming up on July 30th, so pencil that in. But that was really the first thing we tackled, is just really looking at what can we do better, how can we make things more efficient in the district and in the city as a whole. And so that was really the first thing we jumped on. The chair of Governmental Affairs Committee. One thing that we're looking at in that committee currently is just really reviewing our ordinances and looking and seeing, is everything up to date, what can be changed, and so I've enjoyed it. Like I said, we spent a lot of time working closely with our neighborhood presidents and really our leadership throughout the district, the pastors, and really seeking to bring everybody together, all the principals, and kind of bringing all these different silos to work together. And what we're finding out is people are working on the same things, and really starting to see people bring their efforts together, and we're getting a much bigger result. So I'm excited about that.
All right, so for those who don't know who you are, just doing a quick bio introduction.
Yeah, we might should have started there. But yeah, like I said, Clinton Woods, I actually grew up in District 1, and so that's kind of what makes this really special for me, because like I said, I went to elementary school and middle school in the district, and so I was able to really see and have an understanding of where we were, almost 30 years ago, and where we are today, and what the differences are. And so what we've seen is that the residents have done a good job taking care of their property, but on the city side, we've got to do a better job of really attracting and maintaining businesses in the area, and just making it attractive for business to locate there in the first place. And so that's something I'm pushing. But like I said, went to Tennessee Chattanooga, played on a football scholarship, and got an undergrad degree in economics. Then from there went to back home to Birmingham, got to work in the construction industry, and went to UAB and got my master's in engineering and construction management. And so owner of Prescott Contracting, which is a general contracting firm here locally. And so like I said, I've just tried to stay busy, really try to stay busy, try to stay productive. And so that's one of the things as a counselor that I measure myself on is what are you actually getting done, what are you producing. And so that's a little bit about me.
All right, so one thing I heard you mention earlier that, way District one that's kind of drew up. You got two of the major roads. You got Highway 11, Center Point Parkway, and Highway 79.
Right.
I'm not to do the numbers, how many cars go through. There's a lot of cars that go through there. So, to me, I mean, this is my personal opinion. I feel like your district is probably the most important. Not saying other districts not important, but because of the way the roads. I said it. Nobody else is like, oh Lord. So, for retail,
right.
Which leads me, to my next question, and I think you all as a councilor has been dealing with, as far as citywide, is this food desert crisis.
Right.
Where it's like, a lot of grocery stores not located within the Birmingham city limits. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
I know specifically, I believe districts 1, 6, 8, really are some of suffer the biggest when we talk about food deserts. But District 1, a large part of the district is not close to any grocery store. And so we have part of District 2 has grocery shopping, and then the city of Center Point has grocery shopping. And so what we've seen in this issue of groceries as well as shopping and even restaurants is surrounding cities set up on the Birmingham border, put their businesses there and attract our residents out of the city, and we're not putting anything to combat that. And so, basically we have to get more aggressive with attracting, starting with the grocery stores as that anchor. The mayor and administration have made that a priority. He has indicated that he's willing to kind of do what it takes to give us every chance we need to have a grocery store. And so that's promising. I know he's proposing in his budget for $1 million for what he says is to attract groceries to districts 1, 6, and 7. 1, 6, and 8. And so, that's something we can see. At the end of the day, it's just going to take us continuing to work and push for that. But one thing is for sure, the residents of District 1, deserve to have that grocery shopping. It's a strong tax base, high levels of participation in the district, and your strongest voting bloc in the city of Birmingham. And so, they deserve to be heard. And so I'm excited about really taking up that challenge and trying to make some things happen.
All right, because when you was kind of speaking on that, things coming through my mind is, okay, it's located on the border. So if you got Birmingham residents driving to these locations, they're not getting these sales tax dollars. Trustville's getting it, Irondale's getting it, Center Point's getting it, Terrence getting it. You all not getting those dollars, and that affects city services, and city service for paving roads, trash, things like that, which I think a lot of times people don't really kind of see when they're doing that.
Yeah, it's a revenue thing, definitely. Those are tax dollars that, those stores will be paying back to the city that they're paying to other municipalities, and so you're definitely on it there. So we got to get creative, and we've really got to, and it starts, like I said, businesses will come, we have the disposable income in the area, and now we really have to kind of work together with the administration to help incentivize them. And so we've seen it done in different areas of the city, and so this is an opportunity for us to really say, we value the District 1 and the eastern area as a whole, and push from City Hall.
All right, so going to your daily duties as a city council person, because a lot of people probably think that you all just show up on Tuesday and that's it, but kind of, as I walk in your office, like, he is all in, people. So kind of tell them like your daily,
Right, and so it's interesting. I'm fortunate to have a really strong team here at City Hall. I've got 3 people on my team, which is rare. But like I said, we really try to engage and connect to residents. And so if there's any sort of class, if there's youth going on at the library, or seniors, or line dancing, we try to be there in some form or fashion and hear from them and really understand what people want to see. And so we may go out and spend some time knitting or dancing or playing with the kids, but we're really talking and gathering information and understanding, okay, these are the things that people really care about. It's one thing to think what people want, but when you actually talk to people and can know what they want, so we really try to connect with residents. And so that's one thing we do. The other part is we kind of, let's say, we collect the issues, and so people reach out to us with their issues or concerns, and then we try to move those forward. So that could be anything from a pothole to trash being dumped out on the street somewhere that somebody needs to get up, or overgrown lots. And so people bring that information to us, and so and part of what we do here is get those things corrected. And so, from there, there's neighborhood meetings, and there's a lot. I'm like I said, I'm fortunate because I have a very strong group of leaders in my neighborhoods and in our communities that are organized, that have good ideas, and that really, collect and gather people together and work together to do good things. And so they're not completely reliant on City Hall, do this, do that. They take a lot of personal responsibility in getting things done. I have a neighborhood president that is really pushing a capital project to get done that's been kind of stagnant. And so having other people in place that are willing to do the work and help you push it is really all you need, because it's not about one person. Honestly, you can say that all you want, but one person cannot get everything that needs to get done. So you need good, strong people around you. And so that's kind of one thing I've tried to do in really doing a good job here and just in life in general.
All right, so in the middle of this taping, we're all starting the 2020 budget. What are your expectations, one for the overall budget, but specifically, you had little wish items just for your district you would like to see?
Yeah, like I said, we're trying to bring a Six Flags to District 1.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
We're not bringing a Six Flags. But yeah, we do have some real serious needs. I mean, we've got your basic needs as far as a lot of roads need to be paved in the district.
Now, I have noticed the road on the Parkway is paved.
Right, and so what we've got is, and actually 79 is getting paved too, and so the state is coming. Those are state roads, state highways, and so they're paving those, and so the city's got some money to pave some roads that's should be starting around September, October. And so we'll be kind of picking up where the state's leaving off in some areas on some side roads going through the neighborhoods, and so that's big. But we really just have to continue, looking at hearing what people want to see. And so when you're talking about the budget, that's a major need. And then we have need for sidewalks. And so we've got areas in the district that we have foot traffic like dangerously close to pedestrian traffic. The automobile traffic, yeah. And so people are walking, within a foot of cars, and for whatever reason, kids are always going to walk as close to the road. And so we need to have proper sidewalks and barriers put in place, to kind of negate that danger. And so that's one thing, though. So you kind of talking about infrastructure there with your roads and sidewalks, and then from there we're looking at, okay, what's the next piece? And so we need to attract businesses. So that's where your grocery stores come in, and that's where your restaurants and businesses, and seeing what type of incentives can we actually offer, what type of businesses make sense to offer incentives to. And so that's kind of that next piece of the budget. And then from there it's like, okay, what does the community need for either entertainment, gathering, and what our parks look like? And so we have some needs at our parks as far as some equipment and some repairs. And our library is tight on spaces. It's literally bursting at the seams when they have certain programs. And so we need to kind of reconfigure or add on one so that we have separate spaces. And so one thing I'm proposing is a senior center. And so what we have now is we've got several different groups of seniors that meet in different places. One group's at the rec center, library. One was at the Y and different park. And so what happens now is in our district, the YMCA is changing over kind of to gearing all of the services toward youth.
One on Red Lane Road.
Right. Okay. And so that's the one. It's in District 2, but it serves District 1 as well. It's the closest thing to us. So they're converting, so the seniors no longer have a place there. And so we look at our rec center. They do a lot of summer camps for youth. And so because of the some legal issue, the seniors can't be there during the camps. And so they're out of there for the summer. And so now the library is really your last spot where they can be. But and so what we're just seeing is often a lot of our seniors are kind of always getting brushed aside and pushed to the side. And so what we want to do is have just a location, some space where they can meet and gather. They do a lot of stuff, and that's one thing I didn't realize. And so I've started going and participating, popping up more and more. And so every day there's programming and gathering, and it's all these people like, well, where did y'all come from? And so it's like, but they do a great job. And so I think that they've been consistent enough in gathering. I think there's enough people involved consistently that okay, we can invest in a senior center where you guys can gather, can be used as community meeting space. You may be able to have a police substation potentially. And so it's looking at, creative stuff we can do to, one, fill empty buildings in our area, but two, just kind of give people a home and something to put ownership on and so they can continue to grow. Because you've got stuff that's at capacity, so they really can't grow. And so, but that's it.
Okay. All right. So let's look into the future. Like 5 years from now, sit in the seat that you are now. What two questions? What do you feel is Birmingham's biggest challenge, and what do you feel is Birmingham's biggest opportunity?
Right. Birmingham has, there's several. When you say challenge, several areas. You can talk culturally. You can talk strictly, from city services or infrastructure. And so, I think what we'll look at is just where we can really get through a conversation in a couple minutes is we'll look at infrastructure. And so Birmingham has roads, sidewalks that have to be repaired. I think we're on some kind of 20-year plan to make city sidewalks handicap accessible.
Oh, that's
and
good.
So we're on, but so all that stuff has to get funded and done. All the roads need to be done. A lot of city-owned facilities and buildings.
You see the fire truck working right now.
Yeah, they're not in good shape. They need to be repaired, upgraded, updated, and so we've got that. We've got 116 parks. You got to keep all that up, and so you're looking at all these things that your money is stretched out to, and so we have to at some point, these buildings are going to become unusable, or we have to begin to invest in them, and so that's our biggest challenge is our what our current assets is maintaining those, and so we can't just let stuff become unusable. So that's a big piece, but our opportunities, man, are really our people. I really think we have an opportunity just to really work together to rebuild our communities. We want to see our schools get better. We want to see our communities become safer. And so when you talk about those things, at the end of the day, Birmingham is close to being able to expand again. If our schools were seen in a better light in our communities and people felt like they were safer, you would see people move back to Birmingham. And so, what I hear a lot of times is just a lot of concern about the school systems. And so when people decide to either leave or not to come to Birmingham, a lot of times it's about the concern over the education piece. And so we have got to address that if we want to continue to grow here in the city. So those are our biggest opportunities, is really to do things that can spur growth. And so, because like I said, we have a lot of, it's the biggest city in the state, but we have a lot of room to grow. And so that's where our opportunity is continued growth, businesses and residents.
What's one thing that you want to tell the people, I like to say the viewers, that what you're doing, the city council's doing, the mayor's doing, that is not heard in the news?
Well, I think for the most part, everybody here has, really the best interests of the city and the residents in mind. I think everybody does a good job of working together. But it's a bureaucracy that moves slow. It's something that has honestly been a difficult adjustment for me coming from the private sector. I'm used to being able to move a lot quicker. And so I'm all about efficiency. And so it's just kind of, that's the piece, everybody, and me included, because I can be extremely impatient, but we want things to happen quickly. Yeah. And so, the wheels turn a little slower here, but I think we can do, one thing we can do is do a better job of informing people where things are in the process, so everybody's not in the dark. But that would be the one thing, is just kind of the time it takes to actually get anything done.
All right. Well, I know this is going to be on the screen, but if they want to contact your office, what's the best way?
Probably email me, clinton.woods@birminghamal.gov. But yeah, you can call City Hall anytime. They'll track me down. Like I said, we love to hear from you. Love to hear your, really love to hear your thoughts, your feedback. What can we do better? What's going well? What do you like? What do you not like? Let me know.
All right. Well, Councilor Woods, thank you again for taking time out today.
Absolutely.
Very busy man, like you said. All of them very busy. Every time you come in, somebody's busy. So you all just, look out for more interviews. Like I told you at the end of the day, I just want you to be more informed about what your city government does and how they're working for you. So Thank you all again. Please check out the videos on what'shappeningbirmingham.com, and don't forget to check out my YouTube channel and subscribe. Thank you all again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Man, good.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.